Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and get our stream started for this evening. Alright. Close out of that. And let's bring up our stream. There we go. Ooh. Camera gets so wobbly. There we go. That's better. Okay. Hello everyone. How are you all doing this evening? Alright. So, I'll go ahead and jump in here. So our game for this evening, we're gonna try out, see if I like it. Age of Wonders Planetfall, 4X game. Now, I do enjoy me some 4X games, so I figure I'll give this one a try. I played it a little bit previously, but I'm gonna start a whole new campaign. And just try it out. So, I think we should go ahead and maybe found a new empire. Create a new empire. Empire's name. Alright. We'll go ahead and just do Justiciar. Alright. Color. Let's go with annoying. Let's go with... Actually, you know what? Let's go with red. Let's go with red. Purple? Oh, that looks... Alright, what symbols do we have? Oh, wow. Okay. Why don't we do... Why don't we do this? And what if we make that a bright blue? How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. Gonna go ahead and confirm this. Alright. The star map displays the planets that you have conquered for your galactic empire. From here, you will continue your conquests or embark on new expeditions. Use the tabs on the top to review other aspects of your empire. Okay. Okay. Choose a destination. Conquer a new world. From here you may choose a world to conquer. Each world has its own unique combination of trials associated with secondary objectives. Review the planet's traits before embarking, or search for alternate worlds. As your galactic empire gains more experience, more challenging worlds become available for conquest. Alright. Complexity low. So let's see here. It is a research hub. All gold and silver landmarks are replaced with Phoenix vaults. Okay. Hopper Hound Hive. The world is particular thriving population of hopper hounds and their hives perforating the planet and dotting the surface, housing a massive population. Hopper hound spawns are common. Hopper hound spawns are more powerful armies. Okay. Promethean secrets. Claiming this world, Phoenix vaults should appease the Promethean elements in your empire and grant a significant insight into the advanced weapon systems. Each Phoenix vault claimed grants you a substantial Imperial renown and experience boost. Completing this secondary objective will trigger a victory condition. Completing this will grant you renown and XP for Promethean technology. A Promethean warlord has issued a bounty for the destruction of Hopperhound's nest, since the planet in particular suffers from presence. Cleanse the nest from the renown to earn renown. Each Hopperhound's spawner. Destroyed grants you substantial Imperial renown and experience boost. Completing this will grant Imperial renown. Okay. Research hub, Hopper Hound Hive. Okay. Let's go over here. Complexity mild. Oh, complexity low. Okay. I think we're just gonna go ahead and take. Well, let's see here. Game intensity relaxed. Opponent level normal. Oh, this is opponent level normal. Ooh, but this is large. Psy fish. Aggressive settlers. Pets. Alright. Let's just do a low complexity. Alright. So let's see here. Ooh. Synths, eh? Oh yeah, let's get real close up in face with that. Assembly. The Assembly is a race of cyborgs. Born from destruction, these people aim to bring their newfound peace to the universe by breaking down the chaos of the galaxy and reassembling it into a perfect new whole. Nice. Starting bonus, start with 20 Cosmonite. Long-term bonus, no delay when applying unit buys units. Arc weapon groups, firearm weapon groups, reassemble fallen units, bring them back to life. Oh, so they're like Necrons. Okay. Scavenge resources from the battlefield, excellent research capabilities, racial ability, natural resistance to arc damage. Okay, and that just repeats what I just had there. Okay. You have no imperfections. Okay. Vanguard. Vanguard consists of rough folk with the few ties to society, so the effects of long interstellar travel and cryosleep and result time distillation doesn't matter to them. Starting armies have +1 rank. Long-term bonus produce some units 1 more rank. Firearms, weapons groups, laser weapon groups. Deploy combat drones and turrets. Uses propaganda and military force. Powerful ranged units, weak melee capabilities. Alright, the Syndicate. The Syndicate are a group of ruthless trading houses from the frontier of the Empire. With the Star Union gone, they see a universe of opportunity. So we start out with some influence. Start out with 1 doctrine slot, arc weapon, psi weapon groups. Indentured slaves units ignore morale penalties. Excellent stealth capabilities and covert ops. Oh, we got some more. Vanguard. Okay, so we got Vanguard. Amazonian. The bioengineering Amazons have the ability to alter life and survive harsh circumstances. Their fearsome troops have Spartan discipline and are experts in guerrilla tactics. Their arsenal includes genetically engineered beasts that the Amazonians ride into battle. Alright, starting bonus, 1 random animal unit. Long-term bonus, killing animals grant food. Sorry. Bioweapon groups, laser weapon groups, command genetically engineered beasts, terraform forests, and manipulate wildlife. Force affinity. So these are going to be kind of like the space elves. Oh, the Creeco. The Creeco Genoplague. Okay. Through rapid evolution, the Creeco seek to restore that has been broken and find retribution. There we go. For the terrible fate that has befallen them. Starter bonus, 2 emergent group units, long-term upkeep minus 25% unit upkeep for Tier 1 and Tier 2 units. Bioweapon Psi unit groups, rapid population growth in large armies, biological units with good melee capabilities, racial abilities, swarm shield, and faster regeneration. Okay, we got some more Creeco. Assembly, yeah, okay, she was assembly. Oh, the Davar. Oh, I missed a few. But, so there's Assembly, Vanguard, Syndicate, Davar. The Davar are a thrifty race of survivalists. The Davar work hard to mine planets for their worth and to gain as many resources as possible. For their consortium's survival and welfare, start with 150 energy. Long-term hurry production is 50% cheaper. Firearms and explosive weapon groups, powerful area of effect and medium range attacks, strong focus on production, terraforming options to destroy and create mountains. Okay. So I'm thinking what would be fun would be to play as one of these there insects or the synth. Let's try insect. Here you are able to select which requisitions. Once this world is the hub, Phoenix, Divisions, Prometheus, Research, all cool. Okay, to bring with you while you are conquering the next planet. These units, operations, and mods will be available for purchase with Imperial Renown earned during Conquest. Okay. Oh. I don't... Items belonging to your hero's race or secret technologies cannot be chosen. Take the Shrike. Friendly units with a massive explosion. Arc discharge from arc blast on shield. Single enemy unit deal. Okay. Laser strike. Shredder bomb. Let's do ignition module. And
peace be upon you, swarm herald of the unshackled Kirko. I do not know how your insectoid emotions work, but let me say that wrath and vengeance do not lead to salvation. The empire that enthralled your kind lies in ruins, while you have regained your freedom. Everything happens for a reason. Shape your own future and don't look back in anger. May your swarm bring light to this world.
Alright. Let's start the game.
Welcome, Commander. I am Ava, your autonomous integrated virtual assistant. Standard issue for every planetary governor of the Star Union. My messages will appear when important actions are undertaken for the first time. They can be reviewed at any time in the Imperial Archives.
Base section. The treasure icon and the color will assist in early decisions by recommending certain choices to direct development in your starting your empire. These messages can be disabled or reset at any time. Okay. You can pan the camera using the ASWD keys, zoom in and out with the wheel mouse, and additionally you can move your camera by holding down the left click, moving the mouse. Okay.
To create xenoplague units, you will need to infect enemy units in tactical combat with parasitic infection by using unit mods and tactical operations that are unlocked through research.
At the end of successful combat, the more enemy units that were infected, the higher the chance that you will gain a xenoplague unit, or evolve an existing xenoplague unit. The spawn chance increases the higher the tier of the infected unit that dies. Each combat, multiple units can be spawned, evolved, or a combination of both. Both xenoplague units can be evolved when they are to be researched. Okay. So, as promised, I can move around with the keys. Woo! It's a real floaty camera. Okay.
This is an army. Armies contain up to 6 units on a single hex and are used to explore the world, attack enemy armies, and defend colonies.
Select a unit's portrait on the panel below to display abilities. Click the left mouse on the unit's portrait on the army below. Okay. Alright, so that's our abilities down there. So claws, battle vomit. Okay. Gunk spit.
To move an army, select it, and then move the cursor to the hex you want it to go to. A preview of the route is shown, with a blue path to indicate how far the army can move this turn. Armies with multiple units can be split into smaller, separate armies.
To split the army, select and move the point button positioned. Excuse me. Oh. Select the move point position above the portrait of the unit you want to remove from the selected army. When all the units you want to split off from the selected, move those units as normal to create a new army. The army's other units will stay in place. Okay.
These are Marauder Guards. Having taken a location of value, they will remain there and protect it with their lives.
As with regular Marauders, they do not engage in diplomacy and will grow stronger as the game goes on.
Resource nodes are remnants of the Star Union that provide economic bonuses when their sector is annexed to a colony.
Resource nodes give synergy bonuses when their sectors exploitation matches their resources they provide. Okay, grown biodome. Okay. What is this? Okay. And can I have you go there? Oh, there we go. Right.
This combat preview is shown prior to any attack.
Okay.
All participating armies are shown, and you will also see an indication of the enemy army's strength compared to your own forces.
Alright. When an army is attacked, the adjacent hex rule will cause adjacent armies to be drawn in. At the bottom of the interface, choose between manual and auto combat is available, as well as this. Okay. Operations. I don't know what that is. I don't see, I guess since I've got more units, I have a higher chance of winning, so let's do this.
Commanders can choose to lead battles themselves using the tactical combat system. Help messages are available for new commanders to learn the basics of the battle has started, Commander. The defending army always gets to act first, followed by the attacker.
Okay.
During a combat turn, each unit has 3 action points to spend on using their abilities, which can cost between 1 and 3 action points.
Okay.
Regardless of cost, using an ability always ends the unit's turn.
Okay. The tactical movement colors on the ground indicate how many action points the unit has left to move. There, the red overlay unit speeds there.
Each unit has active abilities that they can use during combat. Next to attacks, they have a guard ability, which increases the unit's defenses until the start of their next turn. Guard abilities always cost 1 action point.
Okay. Maximum range of the unit's current selected ability is displayed with a white line on the battlefield. You can select enemy units to see their abilities and see how they can use them. Hold down the Alt button to allow your units to target obstacles over the ground. Okay. So let's move those guys
A
in
friendly
there.
unit has moved into cover. Cover protects the units by making it harder for enemies to hit them with abilities. Cover is directional and only protects against attacks if it is between the targeted unit and the enemy.
Some units are too large for cover, but they can still be used as cover by other smaller units. Throughout the combat map, there are also large obstacles that block line of sight, allowing units to hide behind them to avoid being targeted altogether. Defense mode. Alright, you guys. Move on over there. And they are done. Okay, you guys. Man, the sound design's pretty cool. Do defense. Defense. And we will defend here. Oh! Hey Severon, how are you doing today? Sorry, I just looked over and saw you guys over there. Alright. Are these the same people that made the other Wonder games? I believe so. I believe these are the same people that made the other Age of Wonder games. But this is my first Age of Wonder game that I've ever played. Also, thanks for joining me this evening. Let me see here. Is the volume good? Because it looks like the in-game volume is pretty loud. I want to make sure it's not blasting you. Oh, sounds good to you? Okay, good. Good. Alright, and I think that's about it. So we will stop there. Alright, now who are they going to attack?
A unit has been staggered, causing it to lose an action point. Most melee attacks and explosives will stagger units.
If a unit is in Overwatch or Guard mode, they are cancelled when the unit is staggered. Okay. I think the rest of these guys are melee.
A unit attacked from the sides or back is considered flanked and takes increased damage. Units in Guard mode cannot be flanked.
Units can be turned to face any direction, but units that have used an ability can no longer be turned. Abilities that require target rules. Okay. Well, this is a bad start. Okay. So we've got a 60% chance of hitting them.
Most abilities that are used on enemy units have an accuracy rating, which is the chance that the ability hits the intended target.
Also cause graze, which means the ability, okay. How you gonna miss a gunk spit, huh?
Units with melee attacks will enter melee Overwatch at the end of their turn, denoted by a red sword icon above their heads.
When units with melee attacks will enter Overwatch at the end of their turn, denoted by the red. Yep. While a unit is in melee Overwatch, they will use their primary melee ability against any enemy of the unit that moves or uses an ability next to them. Melee Overwatch can only be triggered once per unit. If it is staggered, the Overwatch is cancelled. Okay. Let's see here. Can I... Let's see here. I want to move. Let's move over here. 90% chance. Okay. Switch this over to move. So I'm out of range. Alright, so let's move my Hornet Flies up. We got a 70% chance of hitting them, so I'll take that. Okay. And then we were going to have a move. Okay. That's weird. I used the tunnel ability, and these guys are still... Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Oof. Oof.
Zero.
Okay.
Unit lost.
Alright.
Enemy annihilated.
Okay. I'll take a 90% chance to hit. Raise, miss. Okay. Oh, his melee units can't get my flying units. Okay. Overwatch triggered. Raise, they're
Unit
dead.
down.
Okay, let's move these guys. Move these guys over here. And then spray down on them. Yeah, get flanked. Beam over here. And let's spray down on them. Missed. Independents are moving. Oof. Move them over here. Come on, let's get them. Oh, they've got a damage over time on them. That's not
Unit
good.
lost.
Let's move them over here.
Enemy
Alright,
down.
there we go. Saravon, how was your day today? Did you have... Hope you had a good day. Oh, there we go. I got A shot off. Miss. Oh, graze. Okay. units are moving. Dang. Alright, I need this 65%. There
Our
we
forces
go.
are victorious.
There we go.
Units that survive a combat encounter gain experience based on the number of enemies that were defeated during that combat. A unit that has earned sufficient experience levels up and can gain various bonuses.
Each unit in the battle earns experience equal to the total combat experience divided by the number of friendly units that entered the battle. Okay. Okay. Ooh. And I've got a bigger army over here, huh? Let's do some more manual combat so I can get a little better hang of this. I really like how bright and colorful this game is. Pincer attack, beetle spit, claw strike, air leap, combat jump. Alright, so they're gonna try and get close to me.
Commanders and heroes are some of the strongest units in any army, capable of wielding a variety of powerful weapons and even piloting vehicles. They level up as they gain experience, allowing them to unlock new abilities and buffs.
If a commander is defeated in combat, they will return to their faction's headquarters. After a certain number of turns, heroes do not have this special protection. Alright, so if he's a commander, we'll get him back. If he's a hero, he dies. Okay. Let's move him up to cover.
Some units with ranged attacks can enter Overwatch. While in Overwatch mode, the unit will have a red eye icon above its head. This unit will fire its primary ranged attack at any enemy unit that moves or uses an ability on a hex within this unit's field of view.
Overwatch can only trigger once per unit, and if the unit using Overwatch is staggered, Overwatch mode is cancelled. Okay. Okay, and then we've got our melee unit here. What's this guy? Oh. Okay, there we go. Size strike. Okay, so that's our healer. Alright, let's move these guys over here. Move our healer behind our defensive wall. And we've got another round of defenders. Let's move them up there. Oh, any units is still, yeah, I was just gonna throw them in defense mode anyways. Okay. Alright. Miss? You missed them? Well, you deserve to be staggered and attacked. Okay. Use this.
Enemy destroyed. Enemy destroyed.
Whoa, what are these guys? Ambush sleep. Oh, these are my little parasites that I have to infect people with. Okay. And turn. Independents are now moving.
The enemies of the Hive have been defeated.
Enemy of the Hive have been defeated. Alright. We are going to go ahead and wait a turn here.
This is the colony interface. It
Okay.
allows you to inspect and control your settlements on this planet. The tabs at the top left cycle through the production and colonist options.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let me... Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me move me over here to that side of the screen. That way you can see the mini-map. What's going on here? Alright.
Under this colony's name, you can see the amount of each resource this colony generates. A description and a breakdown of the colony's income can be found in the tooltips of each resource. The currently selected colony tab is Unit Production. All units available for construction are listed here.
More units are unlocked through research and building their prerequisite structures. Units cost both production and energy to build, and higher tier also cost cosmonite. You can add a unit to the production queue by double-clicking or by selecting and clicking produce. Okay. So, I think I want to...
Units and structures can be built in a colony by selecting.
Okay.
This is the Structure Production tab. Colony structures can be built from here to unlock new units, strengthen the economy, and bolster the colony's defenses.
What does this do? But I don't have 100. Oh, okay, but it will create. need that.
The Sector Production tab lists the structures that can be built in any of the province sectors of the colony.
The sector can be exploited with one of the 4 resources: energy, food, knowledge, or production, by building the appropriate building in that sector. Okay.
The Colonists tab lists details of the colony's growth and happiness. The colony's output can be fine-tuned by assigning colonists to resource slots.
I only have 3 colonists, and they're in 3 different spots, so we're good. Okay. I still have some to-dos, he says. Okay.
Heroes are special units that
My
lead
commander
your
leveled up.
armies. Commander, you are also represented as a hero on the map.
As heroes level up, they gain skill points that can be spent to unlock unique hero abilities using this interface. Many hero abilities buff the entire army they are leading. Next to the unit mods, heroes have the ability to wield legendary hero items and can be found while exploring the strategic map.
Mods allow you to improve your units later in the game, and allow you to adapt your arsenal to ever-evolving threats.
Unit mods include the variety of offensive and defensive modifications, while others provide entirely new abilities. Unit mods can be unlocked through research or bought from NPC factions. Okay. Let's see here. Rapid movement. Okay, selfless sacrifice, steady aim. Let's do steady aim. Okay.
The task notifier shows actions available during the current turn, as well as urgent matters that require attention.
The task notifier is located below the event list and above the mini-map. Selecting the message from the task notifier will either center the camera on the relevant location or open the relevant interface.
Planets are divided into geographical sectors that contain natural resources or valuable remnants of the Star Union. Sectors can be settled with colonizers or annexed as provinces to existing colonies by interacting with the central sector map marker.
And then the actions are listed
Sectors
below.
usually have both a climb and a terrain feature that determine their economic potential.
In addition, sectors can contain locations such as resource nodes, visit sites, and hazards, which can add economic and strategic value to their sector. Hazards and special combat effects are also listed on this panel.
To make your colonies thrive, sectors need to be annexed to colony centers. This turns them into province sectors that add income to their parent colony once they are further developed.
Through experience, you will learn how to optimize sector choices and colony upgrades. For now, pick any habitable sector adjacent to your starting colony and annex it. Can I pick? Oh.
Pickups are one-time collectibles that provide resources or other rewards. They are instant bonuses that are given to the player who first collects them by moving a unit on top of them.
Once it is collected, it is removed from the world. Better pickups are often defended by armies that need to be defeated before picking up the collection. Alright, so that's getting a thing. Let's have them wait there for now.
Welcome to the Research Center,
There
Commander.
we go.
Here
There we
we
go.
allocate knowledge to rediscover the technologies of the Star Union and search for new frontiers.
The two tracks of the research parallel: military research and society research. Knowledge is applied to both types of research equally at the
Military research concerns unit unlocks, unit mods, and military operations.
It is divided into three categories: racial research, weapons research, and secret technology research.
Society research concerns economic development, governmental policies, and espionage.
They are divided into three categories: doctrine research, unlocked governmental policies will steer your empire. Economic research focuses on the development of your colonies. Operations research increases your operation effectiveness, and unlocks converts operations. All right. Okay, let's see here. Mantra. Domination. Cleansing pulse. Ooh, gets rid of negative ailments. That's pretty nice. Aquatic. Water base. Frontier. Well, that's recommended. And unshackling is recommended. Okay, let's just go with recommended. Can I do two of them at the same time? Go ahead and end this turn here.
You have just annexed a sector, and it can now be exploited for one of the main resources. Ideally, the chosen exploitation type matches the terrain and climb features of the sector for future leveling potential.
Exploitations are built via the colony center interface in the sector production tab. The higher level of exploitation, the more income it provides. After a sector has been exploited, this sector becomes the specialization can be built in it for more benefits. Conduct research. Special research things. Okay, you sir. I want you to join them. So it looks like there's an actual army up there. Growth in 3 turns, so I've got 4. Sector limit reached. Needs 4 more colonists before it can add this sector. Okay. Okay, alright. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and enter. Oh. Paragon. Salutations, Kek Talzio. Bow before the mighty Paragon, heirs of the grand and noble Star Union. Chosen by the Emperor himself, we were destined to become the exemplars of human perfection. Today, in these barbaric times, the Paragon are the past line between anarchy and civilization. Or the last line, not the past line, the last line between anarchy and civilization. Tell us your intentions, Ketik Kautau Zauto, and we will judge you worthy. Salutations. We are here to offer you aid. Let's go peace. Promising worlds, though the truthfulness will still remains to be proven. Let your actions speak. Keto. Serve the will of the Paragon, and you shall be rewarded in your favor. Enlighten us with
This
your
is
will.
an army belonging to an NPC faction, a group of sentient beings native to this planet. NPC factions can be interacted with and will provide quests and issue demands.
Appease the NPC factions leads into diplomatic benefits, such as the ability to purchase their units or call their factions to war. Okay. We recall the day the Vanguard did as they were told. Unfortunately, that is no longer the case. It seems the turmoil in the Union has led the Vanguard to think they should have a say. They even had the audacity to turn on us. They need to be brought to justice to set an example. Okay, so slaying 4 units. Okay. Okay, so that's healing my guys. Unshackling.
Sharpen your claws, sunder the chains in your mind. Fight for the hive. The subjugator's blood is an antidote to the poison of servitude. Behold their corruption and live free. Take G-Clux, Swarm Herald, Rallying Cry.
Alright, so we can do 2 at a time. cost 100. Oh, I only have 25. Okay, so I can't buy anything this go round. Okay, so we'll close that.
Our colonies require the means to protect themselves and a reason to stay. At the very least, it's time to invest in some good old-fashioned guns and beer. Dollar Smith, Deneb Colony Mayor.
Okay. Set military research. Gathering all broods together allows more efficient reproduction turnover. Colonies gain 50% of their food income after upkeep as production. Discount. Okay. All owned colonies benefit from an increase of plus 20% food. Dream sharing. Sharing the past memories of your greatest warriors with the Creeco that fight at the forefront helps improving their... Okay, so they gain more experience while fighting. Research development. Ooh. I feel like that could be pretty useful. Okay. User.
This is the unit panel,
here we
where
go.
all the information on a unit can be viewed, including their active and passive abilities in the list on the left side.
Once research unit mods can be assigned to the right using the slots.
Units can have different roles in combat.
Core units are the race's scouts and baseline infantry. Skirmish units focus on dealing more damage. Specialist units have non-damaging support abilities in addition to their attacks. Elite units have higher tier units, or higher tier 2 units that have the strong damage and support abilities. A colony can only produce skirmisher, specialist, and elite units if it has built the specialist unit unlock structures. Oh. Oh, okay.
Once mods have been assigned to a unit, a new template needs to be made for the modified unit.
Every template is unique with its own name and icon, and changing the mod on the unit with a existing template will prompt the creation of a new template for that unit. A template can also be used to simultaneously upgrade all existing units to the same. Okay, let's just go with close. Confirm. Oh, okay. Okay, and then we'll give those all a turn, and we will end turn. Opponents are now moving. Okay. One more turn for my factory to be built. Let's go ahead and fight these guys. Oh, I can't fight those guys. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Let's have them wait there for now. What the hell? Let's try auto combat and see what happens. Ooh. I don't like that. Okay.
Objective completed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take a reward. Sure. And we'll just throw you into that army. What does this do? We agreed to these trades.
Production ready.
Okay, production ready. Let's do a specialist. And then we'll do a military upgrade after that too. I'm gonna have you wait for another turn. Well, it's more per there we go. Army is now merged. Uh-oh. The emissary, completed by unknown commander. Player completed this task as a pioneer. Okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, shoot. I did not see this. I did not see this happening down here. Okay. Let's do auto combat. Cool, I didn't lose anything. Okay.
Happiness event in colony.
Due to happiness population, you boost. Oh, okay, nice.
Production ready.
Okay.
It isn't disease that breaks civilizations. This alpha strain can infect every living thing. Some will grow stronger, while others are afflicted and die. That uncertainty erects quarantine barriers and awakens a sickening cruelty already lodged deep in the human heart. Dr. Marvin Mentor, Union Center for Disease Control.
Alright, got an alpha plague parasite. Instant. Target biological or cyborg unit takes 15 damage when it has a strength 8 chance to contract a parasite infection. Okay, cool.
In conclusion, knowledge is power, but being well educated has an additional benefit. No one can call you stupid, especially if you've researched weaponry that could vaporize them if they did. Dr. Millicent Rickles, Head Researcher, Lazulite Incorporated.
Did that not do it? Oh,
The Objectives interface gives an overview of available objectives. Quests can come from NPC factions or from special sources during the campaign.
Quests given by NPC factions can offer military or economic rewards and will improve your relations
The
with that
active
faction.
victory conditions for the current session can be seen here, as well as your progress in each condition.
Once research a capable rank as shown for each category, showing how well you're doing compared to the other players. Okay.
In addition to regular quests, the game features Empire tasks. These are divided into 3 categories, each representing an important pillar of your faction.
Progressing through these Empire tasks yields rewards and sets you on the path to victory. Being the first commander to complete the task gives you extra Pioneer rewards. Okay.
All rival commanders and native NPC factions you encounter on the planet are listed in the Diplomacy interface, along with faction information and their relation towards you.
You start negotiations by selecting a faction in which you wish to speak.
Operations form a flexible toolkit that allows commanders to support military actions and steer government policies. Ops of increasing strength are unlocked through research and are listed on the left side of the Operations interface.
When they are subdivided into 3 categories: tactical operations, strategic operations, and doctrines.
Strategic and doctrine operations need to be primed before use. The priming process takes a number of turns pending the ops cost and your available strategic operation points.
Doctrine operations are automatically activated when they finish priming. Strategic operations such as airstrikes can be launched on your orders. Note, you can keep multiple ops primed at once.
This location belongs to an NPC faction who may provide you with quests and make demands.
Okay.
The Colony Overview interface shows important information on all your colonies. Your HQ colony is marked with the throne icon.
Okay.
The Military Overview interface shows important information about your armies, heroes, and items.
All military assets you control are listed here, and selecting a army or hero will take you to their position on the world map, and the items tab lists all items currently in the shared inventory. Okay.
The Units Template Manager interface shows you mod templates for units under your control.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I can produce things already. Okay.
These are Marauders, hostile armies that either roam around the planet looking for locations to attack when engaging an army in combat. All armies adjacent to the defending army that are allied to either the defending army or the attacking army are drawn into combat as well.
Oh. And that moves it up removes it or moves it up a slot. Okay. Upgrade Commander. 5 skill points. Echo of the Hive Mind. Oh. Adjacent units with Swarm Shield gain 20% damage to all abilities. Okay. Close. Dang, you still got stuff to do? These guys. Set military research, A. Let's do biochemical applications. Food development. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end my turn and probably end the stream. I know it's a couple hours early, but oh. Greetings, comrades. Stay on our good side and you will witness the reclamation of our galaxy by our Devar hands. Disrespect us and our ordinances will tear you clan to shreds. I'd give you some thought if I were you. Ha ha ha. Nice to meet you.
This is the negotiations interface. Diplomatic alliances can be forged and trade can be conducted here. The left list contains things that you can offer, and on the right list are things you can request from the other faction.
The current offer is located in the bottom. Okay. Okay, so I can't do anything. Oh, I can offer them, like... Okay. Hello, Listic Tech. I'm glad to hear from you again. Thank you for your kind message. Though we may not yet share the best relationship, this will pave the way. Okay. Now, what in the... Oh. That's them, huh? Okay. Yeah. Executing auto move. Alright, cool. The diplomat, you are not alone in this world. Others. Task of the warmonger. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a save game. Wow. I think, like I was saying before, I'm gonna go ahead and paranoially hit save game again before I do this, but thank you for tuning into the stream. Really appreciate it. I'm just exhausted. It was a very long day at work, so I think I'm going to head off to bed. Alrighty. Thank you.